Now listen to a conversation between a student and a professor.
Good afternoon, Anna. How can I assist you today?
Hi, Mr. Kim. I've been having some trouble in my English class, and I'm not sure what to do.
I'm sorry to hear that, Anna. Can you tell me more about the difficulties you're facing?
Well, it's mainly with the reading and writing assignments. I find them quite challenging, and I'm not getting the grades I need to pass.
I see. It's not uncommon to struggle with those aspects of the course. Let's work on a plan to help you improve. First, do you have any specific problems with the reading assignments?
Yes, I often have difficulty understanding the main ideas and details in the texts we're assigned. I feel like I'm missing something.
That's a common issue, Anna. To improve your reading skills, try reading more slowly and taking notes as you go. This can help you remember key points.
I'll give that a try. What about writing assignments? I always get stuck when it's time to write essays.
Writing can be challenging, but it's a skill that can be developed. Have you tried outlining your essays before you start writing?
Not really. I usually just start writing and it ends up being a mess.
Creating an outline can be a great help. It will give your essay structure and make it easier to organize your thoughts.
Thanks, Mr. Kim. I'll definitely start using outlines. But I also struggle with grammar. I make a lot of mistakes.
Don't worry, Anna. We can work on that too. You might benefit from a grammar workbook or online exercises to practice.
That sounds like a good idea. I appreciate your help, Mr. Kim. I really want to pass this class.
I'm here to support you, Anna. We'll work together to ensure you succeed. I recommend coming to my office hours for additional guidance and practice.
I will, Mr. Kim. Thank you for your understanding and assistance.
You're welcome, Anna. Together, we'll help you overcome these difficulties and excel in your English class.
Now answer the questions. Question 1. What is Anna's main challenge in her English class? Question 2. How does Mr. Kim suggest improving Anna's reading comprehension? Question 3. What is the recommended approach to improve Anna's essay writing? Question 4. What additional issue does Anna mention struggling with? Question 5. What does Mr. Kim suggest to help Anna improve her grammar skills? Now listen, a part of a talk in a biology class.
Good morning, class. Today, we're going to discuss a critical topic, climate change, and its impact on ecosystems. I want you to pay close attention because this is crucial not only for your exams but also for understanding the world around us. So, let's get started. Climate change is the long-term alteration of Earth's average weather patterns. One of the most significant contributors to climate change is the increase in greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide, in our atmosphere. These gases trap heat from the sun, leading to a rise in global temperatures. This change affects ecosystems in various ways.
Ms. Sanders, how exactly does climate change impact ecosystems?
Excellent question, Emily. Let me explain further. The changing climate disrupts the natural balance within ecosystems. It can lead to altered weather patterns, such as increased droughts and more intense storms. These changes affect the distribution of plant and animal species, disrupt migration patterns, and can lead to habitat loss.
So, it affects wildlife too.
Absolutely, John. Climate change affects every aspect of an ecosystem. Rising temperatures can also cause shifts in the timing of life events, like flowering and breeding seasons. These changes can have cascading effects throughout the food chain. For instance, if plants bloom earlier, pollinators like bees and butterflies must adapt too.
Are there any examples of ecosystems already affected by climate change?
Great question, Sarah. Yes, there are many. The Arctic is a prime example. Melting ice caps and glaciers are altering the landscape and making it challenging for species like polar bears to find food. Coral reefs are also under threat due to ocean warming and acidification, which disrupts the relationship between coral and the algae they rely on for food. Now, it's essential to understand that human activities, such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation, are major contributors to climate change. However, we also have the power to mitigate these changes through sustainable practices and adapt to the effects we can't prevent. This is where our role as stewards of the Earth comes in. In conclusion, climate change poses a significant threat to ecosystems worldwide. As future environmental scientists and responsible global citizens, it's our duty to understand these challenges and work towards solutions. Our actions today will determine the future of our planet.
Ms. Sanders, what can we do to help mitigate climate change?
That's a fantastic question, John. We can start by reducing our carbon footprint through actions like using public transport, conserving energy, and supporting clean energy initiatives. Additionally, raising awareness and advocating for policies to combat climate change can make a significant difference.
What about ecosystems that are already severely affected? Can we help them recover?
Certainly, Sarah. Ecosystem restoration is crucial. Supporting reforestation and habitat preservation efforts can aid in the recovery of damaged ecosystems. Furthermore, by practicing sustainable agriculture and reducing pollution, we can slow down the rate at which ecosystems are being degraded.
Thank you, Ms. Sanders. This was an eye-opening discussion. I feel more motivated to take action now.
Now answer the questions. Question 1. What is the main driver of climate change, as mentioned by Ms. Sanders in the lecture? Question 2. How does climate change affect the timing of life events in ecosystems? Question 3. Which ecosystem mentioned in the discussion is particularly threatened by climate change due to melting ice caps and glaciers? Question 4. What is the role of humans in contributing to climate change, according to Ms. Sanders? Question 5. How can individuals help mitigate climate change, according to the discussion? Question 6. What strategies were discussed to help ecosystems recover from the impacts of climate change? Now listen to part of a talk in an anthropology class.
Good morning, class. Today, we are delving into the fascinating world of ancient Egypt and its illustrious pharaohs. We'll be discussing their remarkable achievements, contributions, and the ideologies that shaped this extraordinary civilization. Now, let's begin with a bit of background. Ancient Egypt is known for its rich history, culture, and the monumental pyramids, but it's the pharaohs who played a pivotal role in shaping this civilization. Their reigns brought about remarkable changes. First, let's talk about the concept of pharaoh. In ancient Egypt, the pharaoh was not just a ruler, he was considered a living god. This belief was central to Egyptian society and had a profound influence on their culture and achievements. The most famous pharaoh, perhaps, is Tutankhamun. He ruled during the 18th dynasty and ascended to the throne at a young age. Despite his relatively short reign, Tutankhamun made significant contributions. Tutankhamun is renowned for his achievements in the realm of art and architecture. He commissioned the construction of several temples and monuments, contributing to the grandeur of ancient Egyptian architecture. He also had a particular interest in the arts, fostering a period of cultural renaissance. His most iconic contribution, however, is the discovery of his nearly intact tomb in the Valley of the Kings. This remarkable find gave us unparalleled insights into ancient Egyptian life, their burial practices, and their belief in the afterlife. Now, let's talk about his ideology. Tutankhamun followed the traditional Egyptian religious beliefs centered on the worship of gods like Amun, Ra, and Osiris. His ideology was deeply rooted in the concept of Ma'at, the idea of balance, harmony, and truth. The pharaoh was seen as the guardian of Ma'at, responsible for ensuring order and prosperity in the land. Tutankhamun's ideology was also reflected in the art and inscriptions found in his tomb. It emphasized the role of the pharaoh in maintaining cosmic order. He believed that by preserving Ma'at, he could secure the well-being of his people and ensure a prosperous journey to the afterlife. Now, let's move on to another influential pharaoh, Hatshepsut. She was one of the few female pharaohs in ancient Egypt and made remarkable contributions during her reign. Hatshepsut's most important contribution was in the realm of trade and exploration. She sponsored a successful expedition to the mysterious land of Punt, a region rich in exotic goods like frankincense and myrrh. This expedition opened up new trade routes and enriched Egypt. Her ideology was centered on stability and prosperity. She sought to legitimize her rule by emphasizing her divine right as pharaoh and her ability to bring prosperity and peace to her people. Her monuments and inscriptions often depicted her as a powerful and capable ruler, reinforcing the idea of a harmonious kingdom. In conclusion, the achievements and ideologies of ancient Egyptian pharaohs like Tutankhamun and Hatshepsut left an indelible mark on the history and culture of Egypt. Their contributions in art, architecture, trade, and the preservation of Ma'at showcase the significance of their rule. As you continue your studies on ancient civilizations, remember that these remarkable pharaohs not only built monumental structures, but also left behind a legacy of culture and beliefs that continue to captivate the world to this day.
Now answer the questions. Question 1. What was Tutankhamun's most iconic contribution to ancient Egyptian history? Question 2. Tutankhamun's belief in preserving Ma'at was associated with. Question 3. What was the primary focus of Hatshepsut's most important contribution during her reign? Question 4. Hatshepsut sought to legitimize her rule by emphasizing her. Question 5. What was the central concept of Egyptian ideology, particularly during Tutankhamun's rule? Question 6. Which pharaoh emphasized her divine right as pharaoh and her ability to bring prosperity and peace to her people? Question 7. Why does the professor mention?
He believed that by preserving Ma'at, he could secure the well-being of his people and ensure a prosperous journey to the afterlife.
Now listen to a conversation between a student and a professor.
Good afternoon, Susie.
Hi, Mr. Parker. What's up?
I wanted to talk to you about the homework you turned in last week. It seems there was a little misunderstanding regarding the assignment. You were supposed to write an essay based on the book we reviewed in class, but your submission appears to be just a book summary.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. I thought summarizing the book was enough.
I understand it might have been a genuine mistake. The purpose of the assignment was for you to not only summarize but also share your thoughts and analysis of the book.
I'm sorry, Mr. Parker. I misunderstood the requirements.
No worries, Susie. We all make mistakes. But to ensure your learning experience is meaningful, I suggest you redo the assignment, this time following the guidelines. It wouldn't be fair to the rest of the class otherwise.
I get it, but I was really looking forward to my weekend plans. Is there any other way, Mr. Parker?
I understand your disappointment, Susie. Your first homework was well written, and I appreciate the effort you put into it. How about this? I'll give you a couple of extra days to submit the revised assignment. That way, you can still have some time for your plans and the rest of the class won't be affected.
That would be great, Mr. Parker. Thanks for understanding.
You're welcome, Susie. Just make sure to give it your best this time. I know you can do it.
I will, Mr. Parker. Thanks for giving me another chance.
Of course, Susie. I'm here to help you succeed. If you have any questions or need assistance with the assignment, feel free to reach out. Good luck.
Now answer the questions. Question 1. What was Susie's initial misunderstanding about her homework assignment? Question 2. Why did Mr. Parker suggest that Susie redo the assignment? Question 3. What was Susie's initial reaction to Mr. Parker's suggestion to redo the assignment? Question 4. How did Mr. Parker ultimately resolve the situation with Susie? Question 5. What motivated Mr. Parker to give Susie extra time to complete her assignment? Question 6. Why does the professor mention,
It wouldn't be fair to the rest of the class otherwise?
now listen, a part of a talk in a psychology class.
Good afternoon, class. Today, we're going to dive into the fascinating world of cognitive psychology and memory. I hope you're both ready to explore the inner workings of our minds. Don't worry, I'll make it as engaging as possible. So, let's start with the basics. What is cognitive psychology? Can either of you give me a brief definition?
Cognitive psychology is the study of mental processes, such as perception, attention, memory, language, problem-solving, and decision-making.
Excellent, you're right on track. Now, let's talk about memory. Memory is a vital part of cognitive psychology. We have different types of memory systems. Can either of you name one of these memory systems?
Short-term memory?
Right on. Short-term memory is one of the memory systems. It holds information for a brief period. Now, who can explain the process of encoding?
Encoding is the initial process of taking in information and converting it into a form that can be stored in memory.
Great job. Let's explore encoding further. We have different types of encoding. One of them is semantic encoding. What's that?
Semantic encoding is when we encode information by attaching meaning to it.
Precisely. It's all about connecting new information with existing knowledge.
So, how does our brain store all this information?
That's a great question. Our brains store information in different ways. One of the most significant parts of the brain for memory is the hippocampus. Can either of you tell me what the hippocampus does?
The hippocampus is involved in the formation and retrieval of explicit, declarative memories.
Excellent. It's like the memory librarian of our brain. It helps us find and access the memories we need.
What about long-term memory?
Long-term memory. It's where we store information for an extended period. It has two main categories, explicit and implicit memory. Can either of you distinguish between the two?
Explicit memory is conscious memory, like remembering facts and events. Implicit memory is unconscious.
Explicit memory is like remembering your birthday, and implicit memory is like riding a bike without consciously thinking about it.
Great explanation. You got it. Now, let's talk about memory retrieval. Can either of you explain what that means?
Memory retrieval is the process of accessing stored information from memory when it's needed.
Right. It's like searching the library for a specific book.
How can we improve memory retrieval?
There are several techniques. One is the method of loci, which involves associating items with specific places or locations. Another is the use of mnemonic devices like acronyms. But we'll explore these in more detail in our next class.
This is fascinating.
I'm glad you think so. Understanding how our memory works can help in various aspects of life, from studying to problem solving.
Now answer the questions. Question 1. What is cognitive psychology? Question 2. What does the hippocampus do in the context of memory? Question 3. Which of the following is an example of implicit memory? Question 4. What is the process of taking in information and converting it into a form that can be stored in memory called? Question 5. What are the two main categories of long-term memory mentioned in the conversation? Question 6. Why does one of the students mention,
An implicit memory is like riding a bike without consciously thinking about it.
That is the end of this section of the exam.